Good evening, everyone. This is Master Coach A coming in live for the 13th episode of Coach Connect Who of the Hour on a Monday time slot. This is your Monday date, and I'd like to welcome you once again to another Monday discussion, talks, and exchanges with our fellow change agents here in the tribe. Coach Connect of the Hour is brought to you by the Life Coach Training Institute, now doing business as the Global Institute for Coaches and Entrepreneur in partnership with Life Coach Philippines. This is our community service, this is our endeavor, and this is our attempt and our service to connect with our change agents in the tribe, especially during this time of pandemic. We've been doing this for the last 3 months, so this is now the finale of the third month, and we're continuing this for the coming months as long as we can still connect with our fellow change agents. Right now, we are a tribe of 290 change agents, and batch 44 just graduated last Saturday. So if you are one of the 4 change agents who graduated last Saturday, Coach Rod, Coach Kaloy, Coach Marlon, and Coach Tony, congratulations. And if you are one of those people who's thinking if life coaching is for you, if life coaching is an endeavor, a calling, a profession, a skill that you want to learn, then get in touch with us with Coach Rezzhel, and she is the who of the hour tonight. She is the person behind 0917-586-1661. So let me just introduce to you the face of Life Coach Philippines. She is the first one you will be speaking with whenever, even when you ask for coaching services, you have even inquiry with Decaf Coffee Republic, because she happens to be also our operations manager. Tonight, as we talk about purpose, as we talk about really unboxing the gift of purpose, there's no other person who's best to speak of this, no other than our operations manager, change agent, Coach Rezzhel Sanchez, the woman behind 0917-586-1661. Coach Rezzhel, welcome to Coach Connect, who of the hour. How are you tonight?
Thank you, Master Coach. Excited to share the very journey that I have, especially with DCAP and all the transitions.
Okay, you're coming all the way from Decaf Coffee Republic. You're still live right now at the home of the Certified Life Coaches here. Okay, I'm coming in live from my home here in Parañaque City. And if you're joining us right now, let me invite you to give a shout out, give your love, give some emoji and thumbs up, okay, your message to Coach Rezzhel. I encourage you also to share this link to your timeline and to your Facebook group, especially for those people whom you know who are in the season of their lives that they're thinking of, what would I do next? Where do I go? People who call themselves in the crossroad, people who says that, is this the right time to change careers? Is this the right time for me to do what I love to do? The passion, the calling, the purpose, all of these things roll in one, okay? So who of the hour, we would like to ask Coach Rezzhel. Coach Rezzhel, what is right now your situation, your condition as a person? Let me get started first, you as a person. How's Coach Rezzhel? Over all these transitions, pandemic, you becoming a change agent, a certified life coach, an OM. But before that, if there is somebody right now watching for the first time, they don't know us. Okay, who's Coach Rezzhel?
Yes. So my name is Coach Rezzhel. Indeed, I am the woman behind 0917-586-1661. So I have the heart to serve, to be with people who are looking, seeking, especially when you are in a situation, a tough situation where you feel stuck, where you feel empty. So that is actually my passion, to really get in touch with you, to reach out with you, and just walk you through in whatever season that you currently have, to find that one thing, to find that purpose that you might be looking for the longest time now.
How long you been a life coach, Coach Rezzhel?
For almost 3 years, Master.
For almost 3 years. Okay. Now in the season of pandemic, yes, of course, you are the OM of DCAP, and during this time, could you imagine what could have been the difference? How could life be different if you are not a life coach?
If I am not a life coach, processing the situation right now or um, accepting what is happening might be really difficult. But
Okay.
through the power of life coaching, the
Okay.
process of life coaching, you are able to really reflect deeper than what is happening right now. So it is a privilege and
Mm-hmm.
a blessing to be a life coach because
Mm-hmm.
through it, with the equipping, with the experiences that we encounter, especially that right now, Master Coach, with all the equipping and training that you have given us in the tribe, it enables us to really see the deeper side of things, of what's
Okay.
happening.
Okay. How many roles do you play, Coach Rizal, in your life right now? Because some people would say maybe you're saying that because you got work. Maybe you're saying that because there's a lot of things to do. So what about those people that has nothing to do? Are they affected with the pandemic? Or if you got a lot of things to do, why would you still be affected? Why would you still feel uncertain? Why would you still feel uneasy? Okay, maybe we can give some people, if they're watching on a replay or even first time to meet Coach Rizal, the woman behind 0917586161. How's life? What's life to you look like?
Right now, with the transition that we encounter almost every day, especially on floor and how we are serving people,
Okay.
there is like an increase of people crying for help.
Okay.
And life was never the same after the pandemic
Okay.
because all the more you are called to serve, all the more because there is a home here at the Cup Coffee Republic, and there is a tribe that has been supporting all that we're doing. Outside of that, when you are able to hear the cry of the people, like when they call you, when they message you, and it's always about what they're going through, the uncertainties that they're feeling, the fear that they're feeling,
Okay. Okay.
um, connecting with them and serving with them, it's a privilege right now, Master. Like, this is the right season to really rise up and serve them and connect with them and just to find ways to be able to really support them in the transition.
Okay. If they're listening to you right now and people is looking at you and say, okay, don't you get it? Don't you feel the tension? Don't you feel the negativity? Don't you absorb it? Okay, because we're hearing you talking about helping, needing their one, hearing the need of the people, the cry, encountering them. How are you as a person, Coach? How are you taking it personally?
I get overwhelmed at times,
Okay.
and I am also one person who gets the hard hit.
Okay.
It is hard
Okay.
in and going through, receiving those hits at times. It's not easy. It's not easy to listen to their cries, and it's not easy to be in the side as well, seeing their faces change
Okay. Okay.
when they also encountered that reality in their end. But by the end of the day, Master, I am called for this. I am called to serve, and I am prepared for such a time like this. It's been long. Um, the I mean, when we have our trainings, I studied for long and been observing for long. Um, so in such a time like this, I know that I am prepared. All they need is actually a listening heart and a heart that would believe in them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Coach, you said you get overwhelmed, you get hard hit. So why do you continue? Why do you continue what you do? What are the things that keeps you going? And maybe this is the time for you to say, what is that gift that you have that caused you to get hit? What is that gift that caused you to be overwhelmed? And why do you keep the gift?
Wow. Yeah. Um, I I decided to fight
You
from
decided to
time to
fight.
time
Okay.
because when I see their eyes, when I talk to them or listen to their voice, and they just like make me feel that they're so lost.
Okay.
And when I see their eyes, it seems that they're not there.
Okay.
It hit me so hard, but I have to fight for that moment that they will encounter themselves again.
Okay.
I have to fight because I know the time will come. I will be seeing the light in their eyes again. I know that it will come, but they need that person to believe them. They need that person to be with them in the transition. They need to feel that they are not alone.
Okay.
And that's enough to fight back, Master. That's enough to stand again. So it's not easy. And I know, like I acknowledge it, it's not easy. And I have you and the core team. We normally talk about things that are not easy, but that's not the point right now. The point is what we can do for each other, how are we standing right now for each other.
Yeah.
Because I still believe that no matter how burdensome a situation would be, we can always share that load. And when that load is being shared, it becomes lighter,
Okay.
and we are really better off together. We are better off together.
Coach Rizal, there are people watching us for the first time. There might be this is might be the first time they're um, listening to you. Maybe they're watching on a shared link, and in the future they might be watching this on a replay, and kind of hearing all these things and say, yeah, okay, where is this all coming from? You look like young, okay? You look young. You look young for what you do. You look young for the things that you're saying, and if I'm watching you for the first time, I don't know you. I want to know, Coach Rizal, where are all these things coming from, Coach Rizal? What's your story?
Yes. So I am raised like by a very supportive family, and I have a very colorful childhood, and I am blessed to have that. So
Okay.
that keeps the sunshine in my heart, that keeps me going because that's actually how I am being raised. With with why I am saying these things, there's like a particular situation that I have encountered inside DCAP a year ago. So this was like a moment when I was talking to an old man. I love serving the senior citizen, by the way. So I'm fond of really connecting with them. I take time to really sit down and connect with them. So I had a moment with this old man, and like he was just hearing and observing all the things that I have been doing inside DCAP. Then
Yeah.
one of our conversation asked me, how come
Yeah.
am I so sure with my purpose, like with what I'm doing? How come am I so sure with that? And he's really wondering where's that joy coming from.
Yep. Yep.
And sitting across that man saying all these things, I mean, that old man, oh, um, remembering those times and hearing his voice at that old age, He said, because me, I mean, I am a very successful person. I have all businesses that I can be proud of
Yeah.
because he's like really on top.
Yep.
But I don't have your joy.
Yeah.
I don't have your joy, and I'm not so sure yet with my purpose. And he was like close to 80 years old.
Yeah.
So that struck me, Master. That struck me thinking that you can pass through life and still not being able to figure out what you are here for.
Okay.
And that's just sad to see, to see. And that is something that I had, like I keep in my heart from time. I mean, that is something that I have kept in my heart as I go to DCAP, I served and I talk to different people. Is that encounter of that old man who
Yeah.
wasn't able to figure it out yet his purpose, and he's who is not joyful in the level that he is able to really reach in life.
Okay. You are connecting purpose with joy, joy with purpose. You're joyful because you're doing because you know your purpose, you're doing your purpose, and knowing your purpose gives you joy. So to you, uh, one equals the other. And a lot of times, that thing challenges a lot of people when they meet you. They kind of look at you and say, exactly like the old man asked you, how could you be sure? How do you get it? How do you do it? And I know that a lot of people have even questioned, how do you take care of yourself? Right? Do you sleep? Do you rest? Do you have friends? Do you date? When are you getting married? Do you have a boyfriend? Those are questions, Rizal, that you normally get. So, how are you with that? How do you take it?
It was a process, Master. It's because you have to answer people, and and you have to answer that is making sense to them. But
Okay.
when I like started to really um, experience life coaching, and when you are able to really dig deeper, you finally like get over it. Like it's not it's a matter of decision, and this is what I want. Like this is the life that I want. um it makes this is what gives me joy. Like I could not think of anything yet as of now to do other than what I'm doing right now. So that keeps me grounded with what I am doing right now, Master, because I cannot think of anything other than what I am doing that gives me joy. And with taking care, I am well. I am well. Um, but I'm just like focused, like because this is what I want, and this is the kind of life that I want to live. So
Okay.
I know that I have a price as well to pay for that.
Okay.
And I
Okay.
know as well that there are things that I have to let go because this is what I want. So this is the kind of life that I choose to have.
Okay. Let's talk about the purpose. And um, to you, it's a gift that um, you're blessed to enjoy it. But if I'm one person, I don't know you, and I'm looking at you right now, what does it look like to unbox a purpose? Like every person created have a purpose. You and I know that. So how does it look like? What does it mean to unbox? How can I unbox my own purpose? Why do you have it? Why I don't have it? Or maybe I have it, but I don't see it. If that's the question, coach, how would you respond to that?
Yes, everything is a process. So wherever you are right now, it's okay. But it's a time as well that you should, I mean, that you need to hear that there is a reason of your existence, but there is a process. Unboxing by itself is a process, since you will be removed, like you will really be moved, or you will be removed from your box. So that's the whole picture of unboxing. Be removed from where you are currently at.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
probably it's like a space of comfort. Um, so whatever that box right now that you're currently in, being in a box by itself is limiting you to become the person that you are meant to be. So that's why there is unboxing. So that's why there is a process of removing you from where you're currently at to where you should be. So it is a process that um, that if you will allow yourself to go through, then it will happen. So like I can remember this time when unboxing first happened to me. Um, when I don't know if you can relate that there are times when we are just being encountered, or we feel so um, there's a strong emotion that makes you so uncomfortable with the situation or with who
Okay.
you are. So like for me, unboxing happens um, when I like that's like during production time. I mean after, I
Okay.
mean I was working at that time, and at 3 o'clock in the morning I can remember, along with
Okay.
my friends. So we're having their nap time because that was our break from production. Um, but I was wide awake because there's that feeling in me that that it started to grow so strong, and I was just like staring at the wide window. So it
Okay.
was 3 a.m. So the world is dark outside the window. So I was just like, the darkness during that time was so profound that it left me like I felt so empty inside. So that's
Okay.
the unboxing moment. It is like a process, a strong feeling that you are encountering that will propel you to do something else than what you are currently doing, or that will help you propel to become that person that you are meant to be. So probably it will happen like what you in the middle of a crowd and you feel so alone, or there's like a word that you hear that is so strong that is speaking to you,
Yeah.
or perhaps after a successful project, launching of project, and then it was so successful, but after that, you still feel empty. You still feel that you're not accomplishing anything in your life. So times like that, moments like that, the unboxing process might be painful and it will not be easy because you will
Yeah.
be removed from your box or that comfort.
Yes.
Um, and it's not easy as well, especially when you will encounter that strong feeling of emptiness, or you
Yeah.
feel that life becomes so meaningless. So it has to be a strong emotion, because that strong emotion will empower you, will propel you
Okay.
to finally do what you are meant to do,
What you are called to do.
what you are called to do.
Okay. So if you are joining us right now, if you're watching this right now on a replay, or somebody just hop you in and tag you and you're watching this, we're talking about unboxing the gift of purpose. And unboxing is you could relate this to that moment when you receive a gift. Okay. And you know, when the giver put a lot of effort to ensure that the gift will land safely into your hands. Okay, so it can be on bubble wrap, and then they got boxes in there, they got paper in there, they got, those things that fill in the spaces, and the back would be sturdy, and there's after the back a big box, there's a small box in it, right? Okay, the more really the fragile things, the more important it is. There's so much in it, and then they wrap it with paper. They wrap it with colorful papers, and they put some ribbons in it. All right, they put a lot in it. But you imagine when you start unboxing your raft, your gift, that ripping portion, you rip off the wrappers. And I would remember, Coach Rizal, people would say you have to rip it so that you get another gift. Okay, some people would do painstakingly, take off the wrapper carefully. They don't want to rip the wrapper because the wrapper is so beautiful, or they don't want, some people would even keep the ribbons. There was a season of my life I keep ribbons, I keep wrappers, because it's just like it reminds you that somebody, remember you, and it's just a beautiful wrapper and all. But truth of the matter, there is nothing more valuable than the gift. That's what inside the box that was given to you. Now you can relate that when we start using what's inside the box. Okay, so the gift was given to you to be used, and when you start using the gift, it gets messy. It gets out from its original, beautifully designed, crafted packaging. You start putting it to use. It starts getting messy. It gets some dust in there. It gets some, it can be messy. It can be, with stains and all. But that's how a gift should be. It should be used. It's like giving a toy, and if the toy, if the kid just put it on a display wall, it didn't serve its purpose. So it's the same thing with what Coach Rizal is saying. Okay, so I got a gift. The gift is the purpose, and the unboxing is a process, which is that one alone is very difficult. That one is very difficult. You can try it. Like if you receive something that is beautifully wrapped, it would be difficult to rip it off. And we were talking about even not just getting out of the box, but really taking off the box, getting rid of the whole box. Right,
Yeah.
Coach Rizal? That I think that one we were having a discussion yesterday. I think yesterday, and we like rid of the box. Yeah, you get rid of the box. Okay, I shared that getting rid of the box earlier with my episode in Brewing Live. Why do you get rid of the box? Because oftentimes, if you still have the box, you keep going back to the box. You keep putting the gift in the box, right? And you feel disappointed because it doesn't fit anymore. Imagine even your phone, when you get it from the box and you try to put it back in the box, it doesn't fit anymore. Because something happens to a product, something happens to a gift when you unbox it. And putting it back and forth with the box will not just be uncomfortable, but it doesn't feel right. It would not be right because that's not the intention of the box and the gift. Now, Coach Rizal, I want to put a context to this. How did you get to discover that purpose you're looking for? You look at, a lot of people would have that moment. Some people would say emo. You are just emoting the emo moment, right? Moment where you people feel like I'm just being emotional. But that moment was very influential to you to look for something. So how did you get to where you are today? Would there be like key process, key moments that you could recall that brought you where you are today? Or decision making or choices? What was that ripping and unboxing moments? You just have to wait for Coach Rizal to get back online. Okay. So the struggle is real with the internet. And you're watching right now. I want to really ask you, what is your purpose? Where are you in the fulfillment of that purpose? How comfortable, uncomfortable? What are the challenges you're experiencing unboxing that purpose, or maybe you have already unboxed that purpose. You know that purpose, but you're not able to use that purpose. So where are you? What are the things that you're doing to be able to use that purpose? Or if you are one person who's already like living your purpose, fulfilling your purpose, would you share with us what are the insight? What are the tips? What can we do? What can we learn from you? No, not a lot of people um, grow and achieve the peak of their life would say, I accomplished my purpose. Coach Rezzhel is one person who meet a lot of people. Okay. Decaf Coffee Republic is about to celebrate our 4th year anniversary this November. And the Life Coaching Philippines is now on our 3rd year anniversary by November also. So she's been meeting people frontal, phone, encountering people over and over. And she encountered a lot of people who seems to not know what's their purpose. People have been there, done that, accomplished, very successful, but missing the point of their existence, missing the point of why am I successful? Why am I having all of these things? There's such a thing as there's only so much our money can buy. At a certain point in time, when we have a lot of money, when we amass those money, we start questioning, is there more to life? Is this all to life? And Coach Rezzhel is one person who encountered people who have these questions in their lives over and over, over and over. And Coach Rezzhel is one person who would always challenge people, not because she intentionally challenged people, but the mere fact, the very way she lives her life challenges a lot of people. Especially that Coach Rezzhel don't have a romantic relationship. Okay. People look at her and say, like, at your age, you're supposed to be marrying. At your age, you're supposed to be in a relationship. At your age, how many of you can connect with that? That people see that by this age, you're supposed to be in a relationship. By this age, you're supposed to be married. You're supposed to be having kids. You're supposed to be. It's like your purpose is attached to other people's expectation. And you tend to live to other people's expectation and embrace it to be your purpose. Fulfilling other people's expectations becomes your purpose. But if you step back and say, check, deep dive and encounter yourself, what is it really that is your purpose? What is it really that you are called to do? What is it really that you're supposed to be experiencing in life? What is that one thing that you know and you believe, like Coach Rezzhel would say, you are the only person can do, can fulfill, because that's your purpose. She talked of, I am made for a time such like this. So what is that? Okay, Coach Lynn, I can hear I can see your message. You say you're connecting. Yeah, Coach Lynn is from batch one. I'm sure you're connecting. Okay, uh, leaving other people's expectation, fulfilling other people's expectations, be it our parents, our caregivers, be it our spouses, our children, the people we love. There's nothing wrong being mindful, knowing what other people expect of us. That's being sensitive. That's connecting with the people who love us. But living our life just to fulfill that expectation, that is not the purpose of us having life. So what about you? Where are you now in your season of your life? Where are you now in your walk? And if these are the questions that keeps you awake through the night, and you're saying, I know I'm made for something else. I know that there's more to life, but I just don't know how to get started. I don't even know where to begin. Could I even begin? Could I even get started something new because of my age? I've spent 10 years, 20 years in the corporate life. I'm made. could I change? Will I be successful? Will this be the best route? Will this be the path? Will the timing be right? You know what? You'll never know until you take action. And oftentimes, the reason why you're not confident to do it is because you feel you're alone. So that's the beauty. That's what we're offering in this profession. There are professional people who can offer professional help. There are professional people who can facilitate a process, not to solve your problems, not to give you A, B, C, D, E, F, G, not no, not to give you certain processes or steps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, there are people who can journey with you so that you discover your gifts, your talents, the things that you are great at. There are people who can help you rediscover your purpose. Because sometimes you could have discovered that, and somewhere along the way something happened. Some people would say shit happens. It does, and it will always happen. And somewhere along the way we lost touch with who we are. We lost touch of our purpose, and we can re-encounter that. And there are people who's willing to help, who can help you. There are professional people, there are professional service providers, and one of that is what we do. We are professional service providers. We are professional certified life coaches. We don't provide solutions. Life coaches do not provide solutions. We do not even solve your problems. That's not our lane. What we do is to give you process. What we do is to hold hands with you. What we do is we take accountability. We partner with you. We can be your accountability partner. We can hold your hand and say, yes, it can be done. We can do this together. These are the things that we can share with you. Okay? These are the things that we can get hold with you. And if this is the season of your life, this is the time where you're saying, I want to dive into that. I want to check on that. Then try 0917-586-1661. That's Coach Rezzhel. That's the woman on the screen earlier. So check on her. Have a conversation with Coach Rezzhel. There are so many things in our purpose. There are so many things in our calling. There are so many things in the way we live our life. And it's all connecting to our purpose. Why are we alive? What are we called to do? And I encourage you to get in touch with her. Have a discovery session. Or better yet, have a strategy session with her. Coach Rezzhel is such a beautiful person, and she's back. All right. Coach Rezzhel, congratulations, you're back.
Yes, the struggle is real, but I'm here.
Okay. So,
Yes.
Coach Rezzhel, before you get even challenged by your internet, okay, somebody watching right now and wanting to know about purpose, calling, and all, what would be your message, especially as a life coach? Maybe you can also share how is life coaching helping you or can help you find that purpose, unbox that gift of purpose.
Yes. So thank you for taking your time for tonight and for bearing with us with the connection. So when it comes to unboxing the gift of purpose, it is indeed a process. And when you will start to say yes to that purpose, it it can be felt in your end as well. I mean, through as you go through life, there will be moments that will remind you that you are meant to do something bigger than what you are currently doing, or you are meant to become that person. So it is more of a process. And if it happens, no, if it happens, then you know that you will be given that strength, enough strength to pursue what you are called to do, or to pursue, or to really get to to the work so you can become the person that you are meant to be. So through life coaching, when I receive calls about asking what life coaching is, and how it can empower them to become the person that they want to be, or how can they use it to help other people. Well, through life coaching, the very first client of life coaching will be you. The very first result of life coaching will be you. So
Yeah.
through life coaching, um, you will the process of unboxing will happen. So you will start to encounter the you inside of you. You will start to encounter the many questions that will challenge your current beliefs of being who you are.
Yeah.
So purpose is a beautiful gift because that's the reason of your existence. But it is a process, and I believe it is also a matter of the preparedness of one's heart.
Yeah.
So it's not something that you should also like hindi mo pa na-figure out, wala ka pang purpose, hindi mo pa naiintindihan yon, and then you would like really push yourself. Hindi din siya ganon kasi nga it is a process. It will happen naturally
There's a
because
timing.
yes, there is a timing. So it will happen naturally in your end. When it
Okay.
does happen, which you will surely know as well, then you know that it's time to work because there is also I mean that hard work that you need to exert to become that person, or for you to be able to unbox yourself. Now, when that happens, it might it might get a little messy, or sometimes when you start pursuing that purpose, what you are called to be, or what gives you meaning, what makes you feel fulfilled, what makes you joyful, what makes you passionate. So
Okay.
that's like more of connected, no, interconnected. So when that
Okay.
happens, when your heart is will get to the point when it start beating that way, it's okay. Like it's okay. You're not alone. We are here. I mean, we are here to help you process it. We are here to help you facilitate the process so you can get there. It won't be easy. Sometimes things will go wrong. Like sometimes
Okay.
everything will go wrong
Okay.
as you start pursuing it, but it's all right. It's okay, because that is really part of the process. That is part
Okay.
of making you prepared. That is part of more of making your heart prepared for the person that you will become, or for the task that is ahead. So when it comes to unboxing the gift of purpose, you are that gift to the world
Okay.
that needs to be unboxed,
Mm-hmm.
and it is a process, and you will be prepared for that moment. But yeah, you are that gift that give to the world, and in whatever purpose that you will be used, which you will surely know as well as you go through the process of saying yes to yourself, of saying yes to the challenges that probably will hinder you towards the realization of that purpose. As you would trust the process, then you would really get there. That moment will come, that miracle will come, that you will simply receive it in your heart, that that is you, and that is what you are meant to do. And when that time comes, then you will receive it in your heart that you don't want to be someone else. You will receive
Wow.
it in your heart that you don't, that you are not, that you are exactly bound to do what you are doing right now. And you will simply come into a space of peace, that that is who you are, and that is what you are meant to do. So no matter how the going gets tough, or
Yes.
when things become so messy, which they will do,
Okay.
when things will go, when you will see that almost everything is going wrong, then all the more you are given an opportunity to fight for that purpose. Then all the more
Yeah.
you are given that opportunity to be resolved in your heart that since that is what you are meant to do, and since that is the person you want to become or becoming, or if you are that person already, then it's time to fight because nobody
Okay.
else will fight for you rather than you fighting for that purpose, rather than you fighting for the kind of gift that you have that the world is just waiting to have as well.
Yes. Coach Reese.
So I think Master Coach A is there.
Yeah, I'm here, Coach Rizal.
There.
Okay. Okay, Coach Rizal, there's so much that you have shared. And one of the things that I want to unpack here is a gift ushers creation of other gifts. Or from a gift, you receive more gifts. Okay. So before you get off earlier, I was asking, what were the things that leads you to that unboxing moment? So from the person on the tower on the top, where you're able to see that emptiness through the night. Okay, you're on the top of that building and you see, okay, it's dark and it's empty. Could you share with us at least three things that's very momentous to you, very significant to you, that you could remember? It may be divine intervention, it might be your decision, it might be choices that you've taken, so that people would understand what are these kind of choices I needed to do, because every single day we do choices, we make choices. What are these? You said, or you just said, you know it will happen and you know when it happened, you can feel it, you will receive it. So in your case, Coach Rizal, would you be able to like vividly see at least three things that led you where you are today? You know, that person speaking right now of purpose, calling, joy, and living the quality, the life that you want.
Yeah. So after the experience of that, that 3 a.m. experience at the top of the tower, so like I was
Yes.
in the 33rd floor during that time, it led
Yeah.
me to really ask questions to myself like, who am I really? What do I really love to do?
Yeah.
What am I here for? And is this really what life is meant to be for myself? Like, do I have to work and get paid every day of my life? Is that it's that the picture of life until the end times, like end of my life? So it led me to one question to another, and it challenges me like what is working for me during that time.
Yeah.
Those questions challenging because of
Okay.
that very moment. And then so as I continue to seek, um, I have found out when I attended church, there was a
Church.
very
Okay.
strong message about David, right?
Okay.
So normally when there's so much messed up that you have done in your life as well with your
Okay.
decisions, sometimes you want to see like a role model ahead of you. If at some point things will be be right, I mean, when will be that moment when you will be able to get back on track?
Okay.
So that is one of the momentous moment wherein through that story, story of David, who messed up as well. I mean,
With
there's a
this life.
story, yes, whom he was really also honored, but there's also that part where he messed up big time. But that beauty where he was still given that name, like a friend of God, in spite of the things that he did,
Yeah.
simply um, moved me to the point of realizing that no matter how messy life and your decisions would be, there will always be chances for you to be able to make it right. And when it comes to purpose, like when you decided too many things that made you drift away from that purpose, and then when you find that purpose that it's really in front of you, sometimes when there is so much of your past that is weighing you down, you cannot like embrace it.
Mhm.
But that moment made me realize that even David
Yeah.
and God, with their relationship, he was given the same name. Like he is a friend of God. And that made me, I mean, that moved me so much that made me believe that no matter where the people will drift away, all they
Yeah.
need is that one moment. All they need is that one person who will believe them. I mean, who will believe again with them.
Yes.
That
Yeah.
moment, that one time, and then they can be able to regain it. I mean, they can be able to have the courage to pursue it, to embrace it. So that's one thing. Um, the second thing is I am blessed to have a very like our friendship with Master Coach A during that time, and with uh, with the 13 other people who said yes to decap on set. So it was a very like the friendship was just so real, and it made you believe that other people also deserve that kind of relationship. Um, so we have each other like during those tough like during those times when we have toughest moments or things are not just going our way, we have each other, like we call each other, we meet, and then we talk, we had fun together, things like that. So the friendship was just so real. The friendship is made me believe that it is possible, like it is possible that no matter how the going gets tough, um, you have other people who will uh, who are willing to be with you, then you can make it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just need a friend or a shoulder to cry on, and I had that. I mean, I have that until today. I mean, I have that moment. So when I started thinking that other people also deserves it. Like
Yeah.
perhaps
Okay.
someone out there was made to believe that they're no good, so they feel so
Yeah.
lost. I want to become that person because I have experienced that through my relationship with Master Coach A and Coach Raj and the rest of the DCAP people. Um, I want to believe that all that person need is someone to really cheer them on and believe in them. So during those moments, I know that other people deserve it as well. So there comes decaf. So decaf is like a beautiful experience. Like it's a heaven on earth kind of experience. It's not a walk in the park because it's not like it was not the process is not easy. So but every time I remember decaf and the things I have encountered through decaf, um, things like I mean I have encountered through the people that I meet in decaf and right now through life coaching. It is a beautiful masterpiece. Like I call it a heaven on earth kind of experience. That it's not or a piece of heaven here on earth. It's not. It's not perfect, but it's a beautiful way of reminding you that there is that you can live a beautiful life, a fulfilled life, a meaningful life. That no matter how messed up you were or messing up until today, there is a space for you to start again. It is a
Yeah.
refuge. It is like a healing place, and you are the first recipient of that. Like like I am not exempted to that kind of process. So that's just the healing power of decaf, and it made me believe again. Like it convinced me that as long as there will be decafs in every city, region, and nation, and through, like, this is just one of the many platforms, but through it, then healing is possible, because through we just need a platform like decap is a beautiful way of reminding people that when you are able to embrace your purpose and when you are able to live your purpose, then healing comes. Healing comes in your heart. Healing comes in wherever space you are currently at. So when you are able to do your purpose, healing comes within you. And then you will simply overflow, and you will also like allow people to believe in that healing power as well in wherever space you are currently at.
Coach Rizal, thank you so much for sharing your heart tonight. Um, what is the outcome that you can see? You look at things so beautiful right now, where you being, what you're experiencing right now. But you, at the beginning of the talk, at our discussions, you also say, and also said and mentioned about the challenges that people see right now, experience. So there is a gap between where you are and where are the people you are encountering. That's your reality now. That's the gap. Okay. So what is that outcome that you're looking at? Say like a year or 24 months, like, what outcome do you see?
Yes, that's right, Master Coach. There is really a gap. That's why we are here to bridge that gap, especially as certified life coaches, where we are trained, we are equipped to really get back to the heart of us or every situation, or
Mm-hmm.
or what we are currently doing. It's always about the posture of our heart, or the heart, which is the center of what we are doing. There is indeed a gap. That's why we are here. There is indeed a gap. That's why we are equipped to listen from the heart. There is indeed the reality of that gap. That's why we are called to serve. That's why we are
Yeah.
called to stand. That's why we are called to be heard. That's why we are doing our intentional gratitude. That's why you're doing your hashtag pack my bag moment. That's why
Moment.
you speak, yes, pack my bag moment. That's why you speak of goodness, of kindness, because people has to be reminded that no matter how big the gap, they can be able to bridge it and get there. So no matter how they where they are right now at point A and they want to be at point B, C, they have to see that light in you. They have to see that it's working in us. They
Yeah.
have to see that you are actually who the person that they are looking to become. I mean, they cannot become who you are, but they have to have that
Picture
moment that they can
that
actually
silhouette.
believe,
Yeah. That
yeah,
it's possible.
that they can cross that gap,
Yeah.
and just really become that person they're meant to be.
Okay. So you're talking about being the light, being there, being that model, being that silhouette, maybe being that testimony, being even a shadow. You know that whatever it is, it's just that giving people the opportunity to see that there is more to life and that more is possible. If you are listening this, if you're listening with us, or joining us for the first time, you're listening and hearing the things that we're sharing right now, and you kind of wonder, is that for me? What are you talking about? Now, Coach Rezzhel mentioned that as long as they're like one decap in every city, every region, every country, that place, that connection, that healing, that's what we push. That's what we promote. That's what we advance as an organization. And we want to take this moment to invite all of you to be part of what we do. There are 196 countries in the globe today, and everyone needs it. And we don't need to be physically there to build DCAP because you too can. We don't have to be physically there to bring an advanced life coaching because you too can. And I want to leave you tonight with an invitation. Coach Rezzhel is just one of the many people, including myself, who receives the joy of doing our purpose, advancing our calling through the platform of life coaching, through the home of life coaches whom we call DCAP. And we enjoy life. We will feel the calling. And when we say we enjoy, it doesn't mean it's a bed of roses. That's not even it. And before I end, I just want to capture that moment when Coach Rezzhel shared the story of David. Oftentimes we remember the story of David with David and Goliath. But that picture, that story that Coach Rezzhel is capturing, it's that day, it's that moment when David was out there and he was able to see Bathsheba. That caused him to fall into sin, into temptation. It was wartime. It was battleground. It was a battleground. The man, his men was on the battleground. And him as a king was there. So he's walking out there, and while walking, and his men was fighting, he looked down and he get to see Bathsheba. And that was the start. That's when he started sinning. That's when he fell into temptations, and all the rest follows. Definitely there was redemption. Definitely there was restoration. But what I wanted to highlight on that story is that if we are not where we are supposed to be, simply because we want to be comfortable, we will miss the chance of fulfilling our calling. We will miss the chance of ripping the box and unboxing the purpose. There are seasons for every things in life. A season to rest, a season to mourn, a season to celebrate, a season to triumph, a season to fight, a season for war. There is so much in every season. But right now is a season to fight for the human race. We are called to fight for our survival. And this is a beautiful season to fulfill our calling, our purpose. We are not left hanging. We are not left with nothing, but we are ready. And as Coach Rezzhel would have said earlier, we are called for a time such like this. You are equipped, you are empowered. Let's unbox your purpose. There is a gift, and that gift is your purpose. Coach Rezzhel is waiting for you, and we look forward to have you be part of our tribe. Good night, everyone. In behalf of Coach Rezzhel, the Life Coach Philippines, the Global Institute for Coaches and Entrepreneurs, and the rest of the people behind what we do, the people supporting us. It's been a beautiful Monday night. I'll see you again next Monday for another episode of Coach Connect. Good night, everyone. Thank you, Coach Rezzhel. Maraming salamat for being with me tonight. Bye. See you until Monday. Next Monday. Labang boom, everyone.
Labang boom!